Hey y'all, welcome to our roundtable conversation with two black guys, Brandon and Devon, and we got Kaili of ThorpeWood here. We don't see a lot of faces like ours in the discussion with mental health. So why this conversation and why are you two having this conversation?
Two black guys started with just me and Devon being friends. We met each other both at a time where we were both like depressed. And our friendship has always been about helping each other get out of those situations. And that birthed us to even launch a business, learning what it means to be broke together. I was going through a depression coming back into the United States, not knowing what I'm going to do with myself after leaving a job, trying to figure out what is it though I want to create with my life. I hated what I was doing, but I knew I had something to give to the world. He was going through a divorce. We were both different experiences, same emotion. And so we connected in that, but we didn't connect in the negative aspect of it.
Right. And I think it's also just created a safe space. Either of us, they had to filter each other out. We would just less in our heads is just more speaking freely within our hearts. And I really just believe that was just very nourishing of just like speaking out loud because, you have a lot of thoughts within your head, but just speaking out loud just had a little bit more clarity, especially having another pair of ears to kind of listen in on it. So that really propelled and helped us a lot. Both of us also is willing and want to strive to find a way to break through that, not knowing how at that time, but striving to figure it out.
We could be honest, true, and authentic to each other. And that's what builds friendship. That's like the backstory of our journey on like mental health, like the bond between us just wanting to do it. So as we started growing our business, like we're year 5 now. And
Right.
year 5. So we just started thinking of like, we don't care about sharing our journey, but how can we include other people in this journey of mental health and what it has done for us?
And so now we got two black guys. What has been you all's journey with mental health? Like what did mental health look like growing up?
I mean, mental health growing up, it wasn't discussed at all in my household. Actually, I never heard of it until like maybe graduating out of high school. Because growing up, but a lot of it was just like pushing through. I'm so used to just moving forward and never took a pause and sit within my feelings. And then even sitting within the feelings, I never had the opportunity to express that. So I just kept that in and just like move forward.
I feel like so much in the African American community, we've had to just push through all the time. We don't realize how much when we push through, we're not just tired. We're mentally tired. We're physically tired. We're spiritually tired. And we just keep pushing until we burn out. And we wonder why we snap on our kids. We wonder why we hate our job, or we wonder why maybe we have an addiction towards something.
As you hear these gentlemen kind of share their story of healing, what do you see in their journey? Can you share with us what your role is here and really what like ThorpeWood is all about?
I'm the executive director here at ThorpeWood. Basically, we believe that we're in the midst of multiple crises, right? There's a mental health crisis, a physical health crisis, biodiversity crisis, climate crisis. We're in a perilous time. And the only thing that can really solve this is to reconnect humans and nature. So getting people reconnected with nature also fosters a sense of stewardship.
So for me personally, my whole life, my mom lived and my dad lived about like 2 miles apart from each other. And in between my mom and dad, there was like this reservoir area where there was a creek, there was a forest. So I've always found that as an escape for me ever since a little kid. I always knew I had a connection. So nature has always been a way for me to get lost in. And now, being 40 years old, when I walk into the woods, it reminds me, it humbles me. It like throws my pride straight out and shows me how small I am, but also how important I am and how much of a part I am.
You sharing a little bit of your stories sort of is a testament to that. Think that there's really anything besides nature that gives you tons of benefits for mental health, stress reduction, anxiety management, for their self-esteem, and just for your overall sense of well-being.
What are the therapies that are offered here at ThorpeWood?
We have a clinical program manager that writes all of our nature-based mental health programming. And really what that means is we just use nature as co-facilitator. It's all about helping people to develop their own relationship with the property, with our farm animals, and with different aspects of the natural world. I remember that when we were first getting started, Devon was attacked by like this swarm of insects, right? Like, and I don't think anyone else is really bothered by them.
Just the mom. Just the mom.
That was definitely like swatting at the bugs, and we went and got bug spray, and it was like, trying to make sure that like everybody felt physically comfortable because it's hard to like engage in something emotional or around your mental health if you've got bugs flying around you and that's all you can focus on, right? We started with the grounding meditation with the goal of setting the tone for the rest of the day, helping us come into our bodies so that we could be present, so that we could connect with each other and connect with nature.
The first thing we started with was a meditation, which was great because that moment was just able to just sit still and then tap within. I think that was just like a great starting point.
So after we did the meditation, we hiked up to our garden.
We got to pick some grapes off the grapevine, look at some fruit, and we talked a little bit just about how in the garden you need to weed it to take care of it. And with your life, you need to weed certain things on a daily basis to maintain it. So that's another aspect of mental health.
Nature does a lot of the heavy lifting for you. So you can go up to the garden and you can talk about weeds and use that as a metaphor, talk about self-care or resilience, right? And how we need to tend to ourselves the way we tend to a garden. There are so many metaphors in nature, but for people to be able to hear those metaphors and have those experiences, they have to feel safe and they have to feel comfortable.
And I felt safe and comfortable. I felt so safe and comfortable. I stayed here for my 40th birthday by myself.
Wow.
That's how connected I feel and safe I feel here. If y'all don't know where Thurmont is in Frederick, let me just say this. This was, or is, possibly still is, the capital location for the KKK. And so for brown skinned people to come out in here and enjoy the woods, it's like a thought of like, oh shit, am I even safe going out here? Am I about to do a wrong turn somewhere and be on a horror movie? Like literally, these are the thoughts that go through my head, one, through experiences, and then two, just lack of exposure or education to certain things, right? So that is like a real thing too.
Mm-hmm. I bet I can make a phone call right now on speakerphone and say, "Hey, I'm in Thurmont," and they'd be like, "Oh hell no!" Not like, "Oh hell to the nah," you know.
And this ain't to the against the people
Right.
in Thurmont, but it is just the reality of what the situations are and maybe what they used to be and the effects of what it was.
And I think when you feel safe, like when you build a sense of comfort in nature, then you can release into the beauty of it. And so if you can be comfortable enough to be present in that beauty, I think that's where like the magic happens. I would say give it a try. It can feel really scary and uncomfortable at first, but ThorpeWood is somewhere safe. And we want to make sure that everybody feels welcome here and feels like they can let their guard down to connect with nature.
You could push someone to do something, but I want you to be pulled in as far as in getting this experience in Thorpewood. So starting with just be open to an experience that you never had before, or if you did had a bad experience, like try again. I think just taking a step and experience something is just just a great journey. And I think like you find something within yourself as far as in when you go open yourself up to a new experience.
You know what, dog? You just said something, man. I think the first thing we need to have a family reunion out here. And you know what? We invite people out and we just have a cookout. And people experience what this is. You know what I mean? Not nothing real big, just a first step into it.
Because you're talking about our experience, but bringing in just newcomers.
Yeah.
That's the thing that I struggle with. It's like we're in Thurmont. Everybody on our staff is white. And we're trying to say, oh, we're inclusive and we're safe and everybody come up. Well, no wonder we're only mostly attracting other white people, right?
Right.
That's why we here.
Hey!
We gonna bring the rainbow. And that's a beautiful partnership, right? And so thank you for being like safe enough to us to even start to envision and imagine what a safe space could look like for us. Because that's one thing. This is why this has all started. We are confident in who we are, and we can walk through any door. We have walked through many doors where most people who are like us are probably going to be a little bit intimidated. It doesn't matter. We know who we are. We're walking through doors, and we just want to continue walking in and creating pathways or opening up windows that people never knew were options. So I think, yeah, we about to have this cookout with a family reunion, baby.
I love that.
Clearly, there's so much to discuss. There's so much to get into. There's so much of the journey that we're going to have to do another conversation. So we thank you for watching, for joining us for today, and we can't wait to come back into this space and keep this going. Hey, we got a real TV show.
Hey, Hercules! Hercules!
Next time on Two Black Guys.
Well, we're really excited that you guys are here and we have an awesome day planned.
Is there less bugs in
In the Pine Cathedral, there are less bugs, yes. We are at the Pine Cathedral.
You said something that just clicked. It's like we can get embraced just like we just did by relaxing and letting gravity like hold you.